Welcome back. Well, it appears that Canada's Khalistan stunt has backfired. Despite the growing calls for Trudeau to provide evidence of India's involvement in the killing of a Khalistani terrorist, he has refused to do so. Instead, he hides behind the so-called country's independent justice system to handle the matter. He has called upon India to work with Canada to ensure transparency and fairness prevail. However, the Ministry of External Affairs heavily criticized the Canadian government, reminding them of their reputation as a haven for terrorists and extremists. Not just that, India also dismissed Trudeau's allegation as politically motivated. Listen in to the war of words.
There are credible reasons to believe that agents of the government of India were involved in the killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil. That is something of the utmost and foundational importance in a country of rule of law, in a world where international rules-based order matters. We have a rigorous and independent justice system and robust processes that will follow their course, and we call upon the government of India to engage with us to move forward on getting to the truth of this matter.
Yes, I do think there is a degree of prejudice here, They have made the allegations, they have taken action on them. To us, it seems or it appears that these allegations by the government of Canada are primarily politically driven.
Call upon the government of India to work with us, to take seriously these allegations and to allow justice to follow its course.
No specific information has been shared by Canada on this case, either then or before or after. We are willing to look at any specific information. We have conveyed this to the Canadian side, made it clear to them that we are willing to look at any specific information that is provided to us. But so far we have not received any such specific information. From our side, very specific evidence about criminal activities by individuals based on Canadian soil has been shared with the Canadian authorities on a regular basis, but not been acted upon.
In fact, there is even pressure on Justin Trudeau from the opposition leaders in Canada to provide facts to back up his statements.
If Mr. Trudeau has that evidence, he can and should be sharing it. When these big issues happen on the world stage, you can think back to events of history. Governments come forward and say, we have evidence of this grave act, and here it is. So this was just laid out there, and already the next day, Mr. Trudeau seemed to be trying to put the cover back on the pot and lowering the temperature, but he had already said what he had said. And everybody's asking the same question: what evidence do you have of this grave offense that you have alleged? And so far, as I mentioned, Naviga, there's been no evidence of that so far.